Imagine a people living in a place where the sun burns like an oven during the day and the nights are as cold as a refrigerator. These are the Himba, people from the remote deserts of Namibia, where rain falls only once every 6 months, and the ground looks more like a rocky frying pan. Their homes are not just huts, but cleverly designed structures. A framework of branches is coated with clay mixed with cow dung, creating sturdy domes that stay cool even in 40-degree heat. Women decorate the walls with patterns, spirals, zigzags, as if writing messages to their ancestors. Our cow gave birth to a calf here, or a girl grew up and became a bride here. Water is as precious as gold here. Instead of taking showers, the Himba use a smoke bath. They sit over smoldering embers with aromatic herbs, allowing the steam to soak into their skin and kill bacteria. They also apply a red paste, a mixture of fat, ochre, and herbs. It works as sunscreen, mosquito repellent, and makeup all in one. Some women even add fragrances to create a unique scent. Imagine recognizing someone from a neighboring kraal just by their smell. Family life among the Himba is a science of its own. A man may have multiple wives, but only if his first wife agrees. There's also a peculiar custom. If a friend visits, a man may offer him his wife for the night. Sounds wild. But here, it's a sign of deep trust, like handing over the keys to your car. Women, however, are not powerless. They decide where to graze the cattle, how to distribute water, and pass down the secrets of herbs and ancestral rituals to their daughters. Children start learning adult life at the age of 5. Boys herd goats in the desert, while girls shape clay pots and mix the famous red paste. Instead of playing with dolls, they build houses, constructing miniature huts from branches. In the evenings, the elders tell stories by the fire, how the god Mukuru created people from wood and cattle from clouds, or how the warrior Kazundi danced until the rain finally fell. But life for the Himba is no fairy tale. More and more tourists with cameras are coming to visit, paying for authentic photos. Some families earn money this way, but the elders fear that their traditions will turn into a circus. On top of that, the Namibian government is declaring their lands as reserves, saying they can no longer roam freely. The Himba are fighting back, shouting to the world, "We are not museum exhibits. We are alive." They teach their children to build huts the old way, but now with solar panels on the roofs. As they say here, Mukuru created us from the wind. We will not disappear, we will simply change, like the sand that shifts its shape but remains sand. Imagine how the Himba greet the sunrise. As the first golden rays light up the desert, the women are already at work, milking cows whose horns are decorated with copper rings, mixing thick porridge from millet, their main food. The men check the herds. Each cow is like a family member, and everyone in the kraal knows its name. If an animal falls ill, they heal it with herbs and chants, not pills from a pharmacy. Evenings are full of life when the heat fades. Children run around with handmade balls made from animal hides, elders repair walking sticks, and young women laugh as they braid each other's hair. But here, even laughter has meaning. Certain ochre markings on a girl's face can signal that she is ready for marriage. And if a young man gives her a necklace made of white shells, it's as good as a proposal. Yet modern life is slowly creeping in. Some young Himba move to the cities, wearing jeans and learning to use smartphones. But even there, they secretly wear copper bracelets under their clothes, a thin thread connecting them to home. And when they return, they smear themselves with red ochre again and teach the younger ones, "Do not be ashamed of our smoke baths instead of shampoo. This is our strength, not our weakness." The Himba people, between past and future, imagine a place where time seems to have stood still. A land where people continue to live according to the traditions of their ancestors, and every morning begins with a ritual that has been practiced for hundreds of years. This is the land of the Himba, the nomads of the Namibian desert, who maintain their way of life despite the changes happening in the world around them. Clothing and adornments, a language without words for the Himba. Clothing is not just protection from the sun, but a way to tell their story. From childhood, women cover their skin with a mixture of ochre, fat, and aromatic herbs. This red tint is not only protection against the sun and insects, but also a symbol of beauty. The deeper the color, the more attractive the woman is considered. Their hair is braided into thick plaits, covered in the same ochre mixture. Meanwhile, men keep their hair short, and only married men wear a special leather cap as a sign of their status. Jewelry speaks louder than words here. The rings on a woman's ankles indicate whether she is married or not. The more copper bracelets she wears on her arms, the higher her status in society. Heavy necklaces made of seashells, brought from distant places, are passed down through generations and are considered true treasures. Desert food, simplicity and survival. The Himba diet is simple yet nourishing. Their main food is a thick porridge made from millet or maize, eaten with sour milk. Meat is a rarity, reserved for special occasions such as weddings or major ceremonies. Instead of tea or coffee, the Himba drink herbal infusions, believing they provide strength and protection from illness. But the most valued product is cow's milk. It is not just food, it is part of their culture. Cows are milked in the morning and evening, and every sip of milk is the result of the family's hard work. Sometimes, the milk is left to ferment, turning into a drink that can be stored for several days. Beliefs and spiritual practices. The Himba believe in the spirits of their ancestors and the god Mukuru. Each kraal village has its sacred fire, which is kept burning at all times. This fire is the connection to the spirits of deceased relatives, who are believed to help or punish their descendants. Elders perform special rituals, throwing aromatic herbs into the fire and reciting prayers. If a family faces misfortune, such as sick livestock or a child struggling to sleep, they do not seek a doctor. Instead, they turn to a healer, a person who can read the signs of nature and communicate with spirits. The healer may prepare a special herbal remedy, conduct a ritual, or even advise the family to move to a different location if their current land has become unfriendly. The test of time, between tradition and modernity. Despite their deep connection to traditions, the world around the Himba is changing. More children now attend schools where they learn not only traditional knowledge but also English, mathematics, and writing. Some young people leave for the cities, experiencing a different way of life, but many return home, bringing back new ideas. For example, some villages now have solar panels, not for televisions, but to charge lanterns. After all, the desert is pitch dark at night, and light is needed for protection against predators. Water is also becoming a challenge, as droughts are becoming more frequent, forcing the Himba to travel even farther to find it. Yet one thing remains unchanged: the spirit of the Himba. They continue to live as their ancestors did, adapting without surrendering. And perhaps it is this ability to change while staying true to their roots that makes them a people who will not disappear but will only take new forms, just like the desert sands that constantly shift yet always remain the same. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on new interesting and exciting stories. Share this video with your friends and leave a comment so we know your thoughts. Also, click the bell icon to stay updated on all our new releases. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.